Hey y'all, I'm Raimi. Welcome to my brand new channel where we're exploring how to make your money work harder for you. We're not just dreaming of early retirement, we're making it happen one money move at a time. I'm so excited to kick this off because, truth be told, I don't see a lot of people that look like me that are talking about this topic, and I think it's so important. There's so many people nowadays that are talking about how they don't want to work forever, they want to be able to retire early and have the freedom to choose how they spend their time, but without a plan, that's virtually impossible. So my channel is really about sharing with you my experience buying multiple properties to fast track my way to wealth, and I hope to inspire you on your wealth building journey. So I have a secret, and it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm a pretty lazy person. Like, people that know me know that I like to work smarter, not harder. I'm gonna figure out how to streamline my way to success, and I really don't wanna put a lot of effort in if there isn't a big reward, right? So that's one of the main reasons why I'm so passionate about financial freedom and how to make my money work harder for me. And it was really a catalyst for me educating myself on how money works as well. A little bit of background on me. I grew up the child of immigrants, and as you may know, that comes with a lot of lessons around money management, right? So my parents laid a really strong foundation for me when I was young around spending wisely, making sure I was saving more than I was spending, and really making sure I wasn't living beyond my means. So I had that foundation early on. And I followed the path that a lot of immigrants want for their children, right? So I went to college, I later got my master's, I was able to get a good job, things were going well, things were, on track in terms of what I had planned, I was getting promoted, boom, boom, boom. I had this aha moment in my mid-20s where I was like, I don't wanna work for a long time. I definitely don't wanna work till I'm 65, and I don't even know that I wanna work till I'm 40. And so with that realization came the thought and the question of like, so what are you gonna do about it, right? Like, I needed a plan. One of the things that I quickly realized was that saving was super important. You need your emergency fund, you have to be able to start from somewhere, but you cannot save your way to wealth. Investing is truly the only way to build wealth, right? So if you're putting, money in a bank and letting it, grow at that 0.5% interest or whatever banks are offering these days, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're not gonna be able to get to where you wanna go. So here are 3 things that I thought through when I was kicking off my wealth building journey. Number 1 was about identifying my North Star, right? Why was financial independence so important for me? I think it's really important to start with your why because it helps ground you in what you're actually searching for, and it makes the journey so much more meaningful. So for me, it was really about the freedom to choose how I spent my time, right? And so whether that was being able to travel the world with my husband or having more time and flexibility to spend with my future kids, or even being able to take on a new hobby, right? And like randomly go play tennis in the middle of the day. I want the freedom to choose how I spend my time. I want to live life on my own terms, on my own schedule, and be able to create a meaningful life. And I'm a firm believer that we live happier and healthier and longer lives when we have the freedom and flexibility to pursue our passions and really understand what makes us come alive. So start with your why, figure out why wealth building is important to you and what you're tracking towards, and it'll make the journey that much more meaningful. Number 2 is expand the pie. So there's this school of thought that says, if you want to invest aggressively, all you have to do is cut virtually all of your expenses, right? So there are people that, brag about still driving their 2007 Honda and they're not going out to eat, they're not traveling, they're really living a bare bones lifestyle in order to get to that number where they can retire early. And truth be told, I respect them. Like, it takes a lot of discipline to be able to do that. But at the end of the day, I realized I'm young. I want to be able to have fun, maintain a thriving social life. That is not the way I'm going to be able to make this happen. Like, I have to find another way. I wanted to travel, right? My friends were talking about going to Japan, going to London. Like, I didn't want to miss out on those experiences. I wanted to be able to eat at nice restaurants. I live in Austin, Texas, and as you may know, it's a major foodie city. So I didn't want to have to feel guilty after going to a nice dinner with friends. And then I wanted to be able to give gifts to loved ones. That's a major love language of mine. And not being able to do that would have made me really upset. And so looking at how much money I made at the time, how I was saving, and what my expenses were, I realized that in order to aggressively invest, and I mean the kind of investing where you can give yourself the option to actually retire within, say 10 years, I was going to need to expand the pie and figure out how to make more money. And one of the easiest and fastest ways to do that is with a side hustle. Now, there are really 3 things to consider when you're interested in pursuing a side hustle. Number 1, it needs to be flexible, right? You already have a 9-to-5. I'm assuming you want to maintain some semblance of a social life. You want something that can kind of seamlessly be integrated into your current lifestyle so that you can maintain your sanity and still have some time to enjoy the things that you want to do. Number 2 is that it provides a good amount of money for the time invested, right? So you don't want to do something where you're really having to hustle and grind and you don't have much to show for it at the end of the day, because it's just going to become frustrating. So you want something that, based on the time that you're putting in, you know that you're getting something significant out to be able to meaningfully invest. Number 3 is it something that you relatively enjoy? Is there a passion or hobby that you're pursuing now that you could monetize and make it actually start to make money for you? So I know people that, based on what they do in their day job, they started consulting on the side to make extra money. It was a very seamless and natural fit. It's something that they're already good at and they enjoy, and they were able to make money doing it. For me, it was becoming a real estate agent. So in terms of what I thought through, first and foremost, real estate's very flexible. I was able to kind of seamlessly integrate it into my current schedule, right? And make sure that it balanced with my 9-to-5. So I could show houses after work and on the weekends and still have time for a social life, which was really important to me. Number 2, real estate's really lucrative. I don't know if you guys know, but real estate agents make 3% of the purchase price on a deal, right? So that can turn into a lot of money. So I realized, based on the amount of time I was putting in, I could actually get something significant out and be able to meaningfully invest with that lump sum of money. And then number 3, it was something that I actually enjoyed. I had been around real estate agents for a really long time. I had really, become interested in the home buying process and really evaluating property and things like that. And so real estate was kind of a natural fit for me. I'll talk more about the steps that I took to become a real estate agent in a later video, but that was my side hustle of choice. So number 2, find a way to expand the pie to be able to invest more aggressively. Usually that can be done through a side hustle. Work smarter, not harder. Number 3 is invest for the long term. As I mentioned before, I quickly realized that one of the key ways to build wealth is by investing, and investing over a long time horizon, right? And one of the key investment levers is real estate. So that's where I got started. Real estate tends to go up around 3% in the average American city. And if you think about 3% compounded annually over, let's say, a time horizon of 10 years, that starts to turn into a pretty significant amount of equity that you can have at your disposal to leverage to do other things with. And the good thing about equity is that it gives you options. And options are really what lead to you being able to create the life that you want on your own terms. So you could potentially choose to sell that property at the end of 10 years and invest in something that gives you cash flow or monthly income to be able to replace, what you're getting from your 9-to-5, for example. You could choose to let that property continue to grow in value and then, potentially pass it to a future generation and build generational wealth, or even sell it later on, and that could be part of your retirement income in the future. Or you could even borrow against it and get what's called a home equity line of credit to do major projects or invest in other things. The opportunities are truly endless when you think about building equity, and that should be important to you as you kick off your wealth building journey. And the cool thing is that there are cities that appreciate even faster than that, average 3%, right? So I live in Austin, Texas, as I mentioned, where real estate goes up by around 5% every year. And that's if you even remove the pandemic, where the market went really chaotic, things were growing faster than normal. And so I realized that if I was able to expand the pie, make more money to aggressively invest and invest in Austin property, I would get a significant return for my investment. So my biggest, most important piece of advice is invest for the long term. I will talk about more ways to kick off your investing journey in a future video, but if there's only one thing that you take away from this video, it's that investing is the only way to build wealth. So in terms of kicking off your journey, 3 things to think about. Number 1, know your why, right? Why is this important to you? What is your North Star? That'll help ground you in what's actually important. Number 2, find a way to expand the pie. Usually that's made possible by a side hustle, and kind of think through the ways to integrate that into your current lifestyle. And then number 3, invest for the long term, as that's really the only way to build wealth. So I would love to hear from you. Please drop your burning wealth building questions in the comments, or give me advice. I'm still learning, I'm still on my journey, so I'd love to hear that as well. And don't forget to subscribe and stay financially fabulous.